Hello everyone, my name is Swarmite and welcome to my channel. Welcome to this video. Today I will show you a game that I played yesterday on my stream on Twitch, which you can check out in the description. So what I really like about ZvT is that I can actually do a lot. I personally really prefer go 2 base in a ZvT, and I like to go for either 2 base Nydus Swarm Host opener or a Muta 2 base opener, but today I will focus on a 2 base Swarm Host Nydus style. So I'm spawned right here, top right corner of ZvT. Meanwhile my opponent is blue Terran, spawned in the bottom left corner, again ZvT. And what I really like about this map specifically is that I can place a Nydus right here, and then I can just shell at his main base. I can place a Nydus here in his third base and place these locusts at his natural, and then as well like in the middle of the map, and again just fly the locusts into his natural. So I have a lot of options, and he needs to really be proactive about denying my Nyduses, which can be really difficult if you just don't have enough army. So this serves as a test for the Terran, which I really like, because most of these 2 base openers can give you a lot of possibilities as a Zerg player, because usually you are on the back foot with a standard opener and you just defend and you cannot really attack unless it's quite dedicated. But with this one, I mean, yes, it is also dedicated, but not as quite. But you get a lot of value from some host Nydus, and you can keep them basically all the game. You can keep them alive for the rest of the game. So already this Overlord will provide vision for me in case of, again, a small host Nydus play. And later on I will send a Zergling over here for, again, more vision for the Nydus. So far he sends an ACV right here in my main, and he didn't really do much, of course. So something that was slightly odd this game is that he didn't actually send a Reaper. So I wasn't really sure what was he doing and why wasn't there a Reaper. So I was just unsure where was this gas. Anyway, this is pretty standard so far, apart from me going for a really quick layer, so I didn't pull any drones of the gas, and I didn't take a third yet. But he doesn't know that, although, so his open is 111, and he will be able to spot that I don't have a third base when his Hellions arrive at the third base of my own. Now obviously he sees that I don't have it, and his immediate reaction is he places a bunker at his natural and pulls out his Hellions back to his natural. He's trying to build a wall. He thinks this is an all-in, when it actually isn't. It's just a relatively standard 2 base opener. I think it's becoming quite popular nowadays. Anyway, I took these gases and I placed a safety roach form, again in case of Hellion run-bys, even though this map specifically it is really easy to defend from a Hellion run-by, because you know you can just get a 2 base two EVA chambers at your natural and then block it with a queen. So now that he knows I'm not all-inning him, he sends a Hellion. He knows that I have an infestation pit. Oh, and for this build specifically, now I will be placing a Nydus and I will create swarm hosts. And soon I will be expanding at my third. Now I also made just safety spore crawlers, because usually 4:30 is the time you want to get your safeties for crawlers. But what I didn't know this game, at least not yet, is that he's going for battlecruisers. Now, I think this is an okay response, especially because he delayed his battlecruiser because I see a Banshee here, which is, again, he thought this was an all-in, wasn't, so it's delayed. And now, only now he will spot that will be a Nydus. And as you can see, I already have my link here. I have an Overlord as well. Now, this is a little bit unlucky because he actually rallied a battlecruiser here. I mean, which was quite obvious. This is a really good place for Nydus, especially with swarm hosts. So, oh, and again, another thing is that I also delayed his battlecruisers with this swarm host Nydus play. And again, immediately I place a spider as a reaction, and I make more queens. I start +1 for ranged, and I will expand here in just a moment. Anyway, I place another Nydus here. I have about 6 swarm hosts, so this isn't really this committal. This is just purely for harassment, for keeping him at home, keeping him on his toes, because he can't really move out if he has Nyduses really close to his base. Now, I'm not sure why this Banshee is here, because he could have easily placed a Banshee here, and then a battlecruiser here, and then something here as well, and he would deny my Nyduses. Now, while I'm harassing him, I'm basically free. Like, the only thing that is expensive is a Nydus. It's not that expensive either. But if you look at the units lost tab, you can see that I'm slowly gaining value. So every time I place some locusts, I'm killing a couple of Hellions, maybe a missile turret, basically anything I can get. Back home, I finally take my third, and because I have so many drones already, I'll take a fourth quite soon after my third finishes. And I am making corruptors already because I wanna kill these battlecruisers. They're really annoying, especially against this Nydus plane. And again, I wasn't sure if he's going to make more of these battlecruisers, so just in case he does, I don't really fully commit to corruptors. I make like 10 days in total. Now, another thing that is great about Summer's Nydus is he's not harassing me, so I can spread creep quite far, even though I could have done a better job at it. But again, like I said, there's my fourth. Now he's killing my overlords, and now I basically have no vision on his side of the map, which is a bit problematic. But I think I'll make... I mean, I can actually fly with these corruptors and simply place a Nydus here, and I can fly with corruptors and place a Nydus here. So now that I have a decent amount of corruptors, these amount of corruptors can kill battlecruisers. So now I find it, I'm trying to kill it. Yes, he will teleport out, but still, that is a battlecruiser that is a little bit below half HP, which again, it's not free to repair the battlecruiser, which is again 3 damage. Again, my corruptors have a lot of HP, armor, and they're really good against battlecruisers. So now I'm trying to pick off a battlecruisers, and there's a nice front host. Again, this is so annoying for a turret to deal with, especially these corruptors and Nydus. Yeah. Anyway, I wasn't able to quite get the battlecruiser, but that's a lot of SCVs, that's a lot of lost mining time. I get this Banshee, which is pretty good. And again, I'm just throwing them away, trying to kill anything. So I get the bunker, which is great. I think I'm gonna marine as well. Will I get this turret? No, okay. And yeah, I'm slowly gaining an advantage through throwing away 3 units while he needs to spend his minerals or gas to repair either the battlecruiser or, well, any structure. He actually has some hydralisks here, which again is a great usage of corruptors. Anyway, back home, I have a 5th already because I've saturated my 4th. I got a little bit caught out of position because of this Helen run by, but it's okay, I will clean it up. I'm shelling these locusts at him, and there was a battlecruiser here, but I killed it. He did get a lot of my drones here, so now I'm just trying to rebuild the drones and the economy. Okay, so get this battlecruiser here, not the one before, and I think I already made too many corruptors, but at this point I didn't know that he stopped the battlecruiser production. Maybe he was hiding them in the back. As for my composition goes, I'm going for roach hydra, and I'm going to get pathogen glands as well as neural parasite. I really love that, especially against several thors. I think infestor and parasite is amazing against thors. Again, Nydus here. This Nydus is still alive. And if we look at the units lost tab, you can see that my value is going up. I mean, killing those battlecruisers and just almost a passive way of getting values through the locust. Now I do see a command center right here, so I deny the corruptors because they have basically no value because there's no battlecruisers anymore. It does have like 2 siege tanks out here, but okay. And then again, locust, great stuff. So now he's pushing out. He's at my 4th. I have vipers, so I tried to abduct a couple of thors and kill them, which that's exactly what I did. Now this is slightly overcommitted because they didn't have any more viper energy, and now I'm okay with sacrificing this base because I can saturate this base and then I can get these bases as well. I am getting more hydras after he killed some of his thors, and again I'm healing my vipers and I'm consuming my hatchery to get the viper energy back for round 2. Now that I have my hydras back, I'm trying to see if I can get more value. Not really, especially after his siege that I just left. So now I have all hydras. I get more value through abducting these thors, but I don't want to overcommit. I don't want to go into the siege tank line because siege tanks are absolutely amazing against hydras. And again, more swarm host harass and locust. Get free value through getting the missile targets, killing some SCVs, great stuff. Again, I consumed a little bit of my hatchery to get the viper energy. I'm not sure where is his army, so there it is. Now I'm returning because I know I can take them out with the vipers. Charge a viper specifically, and so he does take this base out, but I will rebuild this base. And right now I actually have the upgrade advantage because he's only 2-2 and I'm 3-2. Anyway, I get this amazing blinding cloud off and get another blinding cloud, and it's a pretty easy cleanup. He also fought on creep, so you really shouldn't fight on creep. But anyway, I guess he thought this was a good idea, which obviously it was not. Again, the value of Stormhost is amazing, and only now he's going to clear my Nydus with 1 Hellions. So now I'm not sure how much he rebuilt, and I'm just trying to poke his third. Also, I saturated this base from this base, but again, I'm taking this base back. I'm getting more vipers as well, because blinding cloud and abduct is really good. And he's just rebuilding the army. We're both trying to rebuild the army, and then we will clash again. But this is almost already a win, because I have so many bases. I have one base here, two here, and he only is on 3 bases. And especially 15 minutes in, the main and the natural is almost mined out, and he effectively has 1 base. Because again, Swarm his Nydus didn't really let him expand that easily. And again, I wasn't sure what composition he was going for, so I had both Lurker Dan and Spire, Greater Spire specifically. But this was basically quite easy win. I had a couple of great engagements. So the first engagement right here with the abducts was pretty good, and this one with blinding clouds was really good. Now that I have 5 vipers, I will try to get as much energy on them as possible, but I'm creating brood lords, I'm preparing for an attack, and yeah, this should be pretty easy. So we'll clash right here. There we go. And these blinding clouds, they just absolutely disable the Sage Dance and Thors, and there's another one here. And this was almost unable, because how amazing the blinding clouds are. And yeah, this was pretty good. So I really love the Nydus play, because I can be on the front foot while the Terran is on the back foot. And yeah, he just left because I had a lot of army, he didn't, and his main and his natural was mined out. He had the 4th, but I was going to kill it anyway, and I had a ton of bases, and I have insane bank, and an upgrade advantage on top of that. I think he must have forgot about them. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a nice day, and yeah, check me out on Twitch, check out more videos on YouTube. Even though this is my first video, I will be putting them more out there. And yeah, thank you, and see you guys in the next video.